Well, hello there, everybody. How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Not sure why my stuff is showing all the wrong things, but we'll sort that out right here. There we go. I am just getting started here, getting the lobbies stuff together. So if you'll just bear with me a moment longer, I just wanted to get that. In fact, we'll just bring up the grid order right now. Just so you can see what I'm working with here. So we're in lobby 2. That's the stuff in the orange. And I'm just setting these guys up now so that they can, they have their running order. So let me just continue what I'm doing here, and you can look at the beautiful grid order. And then we're going to talk some more. So I'm almost done. Just hang out there with me for just a second longer. I got to get a couple of these guys in the right place. Dude, Freak, and then Dipshy, Venom, Rip, and Art. There we go. Grid order is set. Let me just let everybody know, and then we're going to talk. So, welcome to GT Champions. I'm your host, Chris Ball. That's me. That's the guy that's doing all the work here for this lobby. We got Andy taking care of us in Lobby 1, and then, of course, we've got our hosts handling Lobbies 3 and 4, and hopefully we'll get a chance to show you guys around. But this is the GT Champions BMW Cup brought to us by RWB Racing and, of course, Team HyPrix. As a matter of fact, you need them, you want them, everything you need to know right there. Go check them out, hyprix.com.mx. They'll take care of you. We are here in round 3. We're in Tokyo, and the weather has cooperated mostly for the beginning and the end of the race, but there is a big cloudburst scheduled. Looks like it'll hit the track about 15 to 20 minutes into the race, maybe 30 minutes, somewhere right around there. So it's going to be interesting to see what the track conditions will look like. We'll see how the drivers manage that. They got to try to get their fast lap time in while the track is dry, and they can be on the tire of their choice for doing that, and fuel. And, it's going to be a lot of fun. But let's talk about really quick. So tomorrow we have round 3 of the Clio Cup. So if we've got a couple more people that have entered into it. It's a load of fun, you guys. Go check it out. GT Champions first ever iRacing series with the HyPrix guys. So go check them out. Next week we got Gentleman's GP. I don't have a graphic for you. I don't even know what the race is, but it's at 9 p.m. Eastern. So come check that out. Next week's Midweek Madness, we're go-karting, people. That's right. We're going to do 2 25-minute go-kart races at Willow Springs Horse Thief Mile. It is going to be insane. So get your go-karts warmed up, and we're going to go go-karting next Thursday. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hang out there. So like I said, here is our grid order for the race. We will be in Lobby 2. We're starting right about now. So let's actually get over to the track and let everybody know we're going to start this. Because we are going to start on time. So I do my signature blasting of the starting soons over and over again. That way nobody misses out. Everybody gets on where they need to be. It's a lot of fun. It's a little bit like bullying them, but not bullying them. All right, so it is time. It looks like everybody's checked in. All the drivers have made it. Not a single person missing. So it is time to start this race. So let's do this. I'm really excited. This is going to be a fun race. We are keeping an eye on drivers making overtakes while like trying to wall ride and whatnot. So we're not going to have anything like that happening. We'll be keeping an eye on all of that stuff. All right, so G-Bub will be up front with BFR's Armanis in P2. And it's going to be a drag race all the way down this really long straight into turn 1. So we'll get a little closer to the middle of the pack as we get there, just to make sure we don't have any major incidents. But here they go. All these M6s. I think there's a Z4 or 2 that are in there. And this is going to be a really interesting race because they're going to have to, they're all going to have to get through the fuel. I mean, these long straights, wide open. It'll be very interesting to see how this works. All right, here we go. We're going to, a little bit of touchy-feely there. And so far, everybody gets through okay. Someone's got a penalty. I think they ran into somebody. There's a Z4 up front. There it is by BVL Tech. And now everyone's got to try to get through here. Oh, smashing Apex, 3-second penalty. He probably got that making contact with one of the cars. That's not going to be great. You really want to stay with the pack as you're going through this course. But up front, G-Bub just takes off. Now remember, they can be on any tire they want to be on. It makes no difference which tire they use. They can pit anytime they want to. Everyone's still kind of close together. Let's see, there we go. There's the battle for third right now. Kaizen looking inside. He's going to make the move into the hard braking zone here. Can he keep it together, not wiggle the car loose? He does pretty good. That Z4 gets a little loose coming out. That's a tough turn to get right. And now it's just a long drag race. Flat out. G-Bub will come across the line in P1. But right behind him, here we go. Kaizen and Armanis, nose to tail. Armanis pushing and pushing. Yeah, or Kaizen's pushing. There we go. So Kaizen trying to push, helping them get up close. But G-Bub is going to get caught by these guys pushing and drafting off each other. So far, everyone else is kind of keeping together. And we got a couple of guys back here that have... I'm not sure what's gone on with them there, but into turn one again for the second time. And we have our 4 leaders that are up there. And then a couple seconds back, here comes Powers and the rest of the gang. Who gets a little bit loose. That was Dipshy that got the back end of it loose. And it looks like, yeah, Apex, smashing Apex makes a move to get inside and makes it work. So he moves up into 11th place. Meanwhile, up front, Kaizen has made his way up into P2, and he's caught G-Bub. And right behind them is Armanis again, and Flash is now with him. So my guess is Flash will start pushing him when they get to the straights. But this battle, there is a very tight battle for first here on the straight after the hairpin. Is a very real possibility that Kaizen can take the lead of this race. Now keep in mind, these guys need to get their fast lap times in, and these are long laps. These are like 2-minute long laps. So they've got to try to get these things in while it's dry. We know that there's rain coming. Ooh, a little bit wide goes G-Bub, and Kaizen's going to sneak underneath and make it happen. Well, he's leaving room. They're a little bit of touchy-feely coming through there, but Kaizen does have the lead, and G-Bub's going to fall right in behind him. Armanis and Flash are kind of spaced out a little bit. Let's see if we can find anything going. Ooh, here's something. Here's something. So it looks like Venom is right behind Budsy, and he's probably going to push him. That would be my guess. Nope, he's going to go around and maybe try to catch the... Look at that drag race. The sprint version versus the endurance version. Drag racing all the way down to turn 1. Is anyone going to pass each other? Nope. He slips back in and moves back in. We'll have to come back and check that out. And G-Bub back to the front. So at the end of the straight, he picks up the spot. There is a fly trying to get in my face. Sorry. Looks like Flash has gotten around Armanis. So now, is he going to try to catch these guys? Now remember, these guys have fuel, tires to manage, incoming weather. You can see everyone's got the weather radar up on their cars. Not everybody, but Flash does. Smart. So Flash has it up when he came out on track. So, and he's got it out 50 miles. So we'll go back to Flash's radar every once in a while just to see if we can catch any weather. See, did anybody else have it on? No, nobody started it with it on there. Just Flash. So at least we have one driver with the radar on. So hopefully it'll show us that radar live. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So G-Bub's still defending from Kaizen. We'll see how this comes together. Kaizen looking here. I mean, this is the beginning of the race, right? We need to get these a whole lot of laps out of the way before we worry about who's actually going to be in first place. But it's a good battle for the top spot, that's for sure. Ricardus, who is a reserve driver there from BFR, up into 5th place, sitting on a purple lap. I imagine many of them are. There's Budsy right there from Icer, I think. Well, he used to be. I don't know. No, actually, he's Mash Spuds now, right? Yep, he sure is. Ooh, that's a nice livery. I like this one. We're just going to stare at it for a second. Eventually, the car's going to go by. There you go, Mash Spuds. I hope you like this full camera, Budsy. There you go. And there is our RWB. I got to throw that one in there, too, right? And somewhere around here is... There's Freak. Okay. Freak and Dipshy back in 13th. There is still plenty of time. Look, they're all really close to each other. I mean, a little bit of slipstream will help. Here we go. 3-way battle for the top. Kaizen, G-Bub, 4-way almost. There goes Flash. Flash is looking to go on the outside all the way around the long way. It's going to be a long way around, and that Z4, he's going to have the inside here, but the next is a braking zone at about the 50 board. They're going to slow down a little bit, cover the inside. There we go. Now, what will be really difficult is if Flash can hold off this hard-charging M6. Ooh, that was close. Look at that. Armanis is right there, too. He wants to play. So I'm curious to see when we get to the when we get up to the straight how that Z4 feels in a slipstream, how fast it goes. But look here, folks. Armanis looking underneath. Oh, it runs out of actual road. There was a wall in the way. He could have made a move. He's probably going to go late. Yep, he's going to go late, and he's going to try to get through there. Let's see. Does he make it work? He does. Yep, he does. And Armanis up into 3rd. Way to go, man. All right, now let's watch Flash here. I want to see. He's 2 seconds back. He's not gaining any time right now. It's just kind of bouncing around. That's the leader up there. And he's got people slowly gaining behind him. And I think it's just that. Look at this M6 go. Look at him closing. He's gained a couple tenths. And here comes G-Bub. He got a big run behind Armanis. And now he's hit all that hard air. And it has just slowed him right down. But he's got a little bit of air right behind that Z4. Maybe just enough to get him ahead. There he goes. Can he hold it together? He keeps Armanis way out to the side. Ooh, Armanis almost loses it. Let's look from Ricardus' point of view. Ooh, doggy. This is getting good. That's right. I said doggy. What? What's your deal? So Kaizen, 2 seconds up the road now. He's broken the toe from Flash. But now Flash has got a whole gaggle of guys right behind him. We'll keep an eye on that. I want to just check down here a little bit, right about here. So smashing Apex and Let It Rip, they're pretty close. They got a nice little battle for 8th going on. Look at this. So Powers and Insane Smacka, there's a 3-way battle here for 10th position too, which is the best points the lowest points you can get without losing points from the people in the lobbies below. A lot of lag there from Powers' car. But let's check. I want to check up here. This is what I want to see. G-Pub in P2 gets around Flash. Flash now under attack from Armanis. This is going to go back and forth all day. No weather on the radar for 50 miles out that I could see on there, so that's good. I do see clouds. Oh no! What happened there? hold on. We're gonna go back. Let's go back and go on board here. Oh. Oh. See, that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna have one more time, and then we'll get back to the racing. I promise. I just want to see what happened here. Did someone get loose? It's a little bit of loose there. Oh, that was it. Oh, that's hard to tell. We'll have to come back to that one maybe another time. Probably in stewarding, we'll hear something about that. That's interesting. I'll have to look at telemetry and see what happened there. It almost looked like the black flag driver. I forgot who it was that was involved in that. It almost looked like they got on the gas and kind of got the car a little sideways right there with Flash. So, or Armanis, yeah, he may have gotten a little sideways. I guess we'll have to look at telemetry later on. But clearly Flash doesn't see he did anything wrong. I think he feels that that he came across his nose. Is that a new livery for the S7 guys? It is. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Looks like Let It Rip is catching now. This is for P4. Looks like there's a battle up ahead between G-Bub and Ricardus too. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Let's see, Ricardus is right there. Right behind him is the battle for Flash with Flash. And then you see Venom just creeping up right there in 5th position or 6th position. Here we go on the brakes. Everybody's diving in side by side. 2 different battles happening at the same time. 2 different overtakes. No, G-Bub stays in front. But Rip does get the overtake done on Flash and is up into 4th position. I thought I was going to see 2 different overtakes happen. Now the long run down the hill. Venom sitting in 6th now. He's made his way back up. Where did he start? Venom started in 13th. This might be our biggest mover. Let me take a look here. No, Let It Rip was started 14th. He started in 14th position, and he is in 4th. So these guys have really made some moves to get up here. Let's see, I'm trying to find. There we go. So look at this. Looks like Tattooed Freak's like, yep, I need to get there. Look off in the distance. Look at those clouds start forming. Yeah, we're getting some clouds, but I don't see anything really rainy looking yet. Ooh, someone's off the wall up there. Ooh, there's the move. Tattooed Freak needed, and he's up into 9th, and he makes it happen. So Tattooed Freak up into 9th, started 11th. So he's gained a couple of spots. Jay and Insane Smacka. Now, these 2 guys were started up a little higher. That Smacka was up in 4th, and Jay started in 10th. So Jay kind of still sitting there, but we'll see how they go. Okay, let me check up front really. Oh, Ricardus has made a move up to P2. He's gotten around G-Bub again. So G-Bub now into P3. Flash right on his 6th. And Rip is right behind him. And look, there's Venom. And Venom's got some issues. Smashing Apex now is on his rear bumper. So now we're going to see... We're going to be able to see, does Smashing Apex go through? That was close. You can see all the way to the Apex there. All the way up. So these cars are really getting the overtakes done. The slipstream is working pretty nicely. Headlights are on all of the cars now, so it is well, they're in the tunnel, but look at that. Kaizen 9.5 seconds up the road, doing great. Ricardus has got a 1.2 second gap now over G-Bub. Kaizen still holding the fastest up, but here we go. Oh, we've got fog coming in. It's getting misty, folks. I have a feeling we're going to see some weather. Where's Flash? I want to see his weather radar. Okay, nothing yet. Flash on the purple lap. Look at these guys battling it out into the corners. Come on. G-Bub gets underneath. Keeps it together. Oh, this is looking good. This is looking real good. Track is still looking okay. It's still kind of cool, it looks like. But it's definitely getting a little humid. You can see the moisture in the air now. We're gonna start seeing some rain pretty soon. We're 15 minutes into this race. I bet we start seeing rain. Where's Flash? There he is. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping an eye on him because he has the weather radar. Track still looks dry. Looking at the grip meters. Oh, here we go. Flash. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Smashing Apex gets underneath and makes a move on Venom. Makes the pass happen as they head all the way down to the last little straight before they get to the hairpin. I mean, it's not straight, but I mean, it's flat out, but it's... See anybody going for it? Nobody's going for it underneath. All right, so let's see. Where's Flash's radar? Still looking good. I don't know if that's live or not, but look at that. Look at the clouds. It's really starting to come in. I think we're going to see a storm of brewing here soon. Ricardus is up in P2. Has a pretty decent gap, but now this is where it needs to work. Rip needs to just push G-Bub. Whoever's behind, push the other one. Yep, there he goes. Going to get underneath there. Get going a little bit faster together. All right, so there's another battle. Look at this. A three-way battle for last is happening between 12th, 13th, and 14th. Ooh, look at Z4 go. Into turn one. They hold it together. Oh, I love it. I love this clean fighting. That's my favorite thing. Rip up into the podium places now. He's gotten around G-Bub. Or was he pushing Flash? I don't know. These guys have switched it around so many times in the first couple of laps. We're only on lap 9. We're going to see... Oh, this should be interesting. We're going to see... Where's Flash's radar? I don't see anything. That's good. We're 17 minutes into the race. I don't know when we'll see it, but I do know that weather is incoming. I can tell just by looking at the sky, right? It's really getting lit up out there as far as the clouds go. All right, so let's see. Kaizan is already going down through the tunnel. Everyone else is 12 seconds back. Kaizan just destroying this group of people right now. Like, he is just flying. Way to go. Sets the fastest on 159 flat. And it's spaced out a little bit, but right here, G-Bub's falling back to 5th place. Now, I don't know if the drivers are switching to radar. Maybe this radar that we see with Flash isn't like a live radar, right? But maybe they all see something, and maybe G-Bub's laying off, try to save some fuel so he doesn't have to pit and then pit again. I don't know. That'll be interesting to see who pulls the trigger first. Man, I can't believe Kaizan's running 159. So that's freaking crazy. Look at him go. He must have had a really bad race. Kaizan is a pro driver. So is this guy, Smashing Apex. These are the two pro drivers. Everyone else in this lobby but one, which is Ricardus, is an AM driver, or pro-AM driver. Ricardus is the only AM driver. So of all 15 drivers, 13 of them are all pro-AM drivers fighting for their class points. So Ricardus had a much larger gap beforehand, and now he does not. I think the drivers have done all the fighting that they wanted to do, and now they're just waiting for opportunities. Out in the back of the field, we got Powers, and Tattooed Freak has made his way up into 9th, so he's definitely made a few positions. And then here is Jay coming in 10th. Matt Smacka in 11th. Where's Dalton? Dalton started last, is up in 12th. Dipshee's in 13th. Started 12th. So he's gained one spot. Armanis was way up the road when he started. He started in 2nd position and has fallen to 14th, which is kind of like, oh, those clouds look a little menacing. And here is Budsy picking up the back of the field. Started 8th. So he's halfway down the field. All right, let's see. Does Flash have radar? Does it I don't know if it's actually going to show us anything, people, to be honest. I'm just going to keep trying, right? Kaizan still holding the fastest lap. So these guys have got to get, like, right now is the perfect time to get your fastest laps in. The tires are still in good shape. The fuel is really low because you're burning it all off. So this is the time to try to get those fast laps in before any weather comes. Now, the weatherman could be wrong. It happens, right? All right, so G-Bub's got Venom on his 6. Venom was pushing G-Bub earlier, and I think that was to try to get away from smashing Apex. So we'll see if they can keep it together through these little tight spots. Oh, yeah, this battle for P2 is alive and well. Look at this. Ricardus and Let It Rip. Ricardus is a reserve driver, but he's raced, I think, every round so far. So he's actually doing really, really well. I should have pulled up the I don't know where I should have pulled up the standings to see where everybody was. That little Z-Force sounds awesome in the tunnel. Kaizan's like, bye. 15 seconds up the road. Come on. That's crazy sauce. But, I mean, he is a pro driver. These are the Pro-Am drivers, so it kind of makes sense that he's got a little bit more oomph. Ricardus we actually have as an Am driver because we didn't know his pace. It is very clear that we will probably change him to a Pro-Am driver. We'll carry his points over. That's fine. He is holding his own with these guys, so I think we got to throw him in with them. He is definitely not an amateur racer. These two guys have known each other for a very, very long time. G-Bub used to race in lots of RWB events that we used to do a few years ago. So G-Bub is no stranger. He's been a stranger. This is his first foray back into racing with us. And you know what I've noticed so far? I have not seen anybody really hitting any of the walls, which is kind of cool. We don't have the wall penalties turned on, but we do have the gentleman's, you know, if we see an abuse of the walls, we're gonna say something about it. So, yeah. All right, where's Flash? I want to see his radar. Okay, so clear. Look at this. It is definitely cloudy. Look outside, folks. Let's look around at the clouds. Look at that. That is all rain clouds coming. We're gonna see some rain pretty soon. I don't know when it's gonna be here, but it shouldn't be too long. I'm surprised it's not here already, actually. Considering I set the weather, so I know what it's supposed to be. Ah! Stupid game, work. All right. Quick recap. Kaizan just set a purple sector. Already has the fastest lap of 1:58.8. That's a great time to have. That's probably going to get him back up into Lobby 1 where he belongs. His last race, he didn't get a very good fast lap in there at Dragon Trail. So, Ricardus, though, is on a purple sector by 0.2 over what Kaizan was running almost. So if he could just get the rest of the sectors put together. Rip is right there. I don't know if Rip is just following him, kind of sucking on the fuel, but what's very interesting is the fact that we don't have any weather yet, and I think some of these drivers were planning on their fuel strategies, and that's what's the best part about this. Nobody knew what the weather settings were except the 4 lobby hosts, and I only gave those settings to them about 25 minutes before the races started. So nobody but me knew what the weather settings were going to be for this. So they're all going to have to figure it out on the fly. So not only do they have to figure out how to race the guys around them, right, and figure out how to oh, wait, I see weather. It's on his radar. There is something coming. You can see it in the top left corner of his radar screen down there. There is weather coming. I don't know how far away it is, but these guys have got to hope that they can get their fuel to last all the way. Some of these guys are below a quarter tank of fuel. So I'm interested to see how they make it last. Can they make it last before the rain comes? And what kind of rain is it going to be, right? Can they still run on the soft tire? It's a cloud burst that's supposed to show up about the middle of the race, so I don't know. We'll see. Oh, this is the fun part. This is the fun part. How are they going to manage it? You got to understand, everyone's going to have to manage it the same, except some people might be ahead or behind the pits when the rain starts to come in, right? Let's go back to Flash's radar. So the wind is kind of coming from the right on the long straight. So if we're looking at these guys, the wind is going that way. It's blowing that way, so it's coming from that way. It's coming from the right, and Flash shows it's coming from his left. Yeah, that's not how weather works, game. Oh, I see purple. Oh, yeah, we have some major rain coming. All these guys have got to be now trying to figure out, what are we going to do? There's rain coming. I've got fuel I have to get. I've got tires that most of them don't need the tires because there's so much straight on here, right? And we see the weather is about to get here. And this is a long track from left to right. So I don't know where they're going to see this rain, but it's coming. And so the light green is your kind of drizzly stuff. The more bluish color is your steady rain, and purple is like torrential rain. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's probably going to last enough. These people are going to be on some pretty wet tires. Okay, Kaizen, is he going to pit? I don't know if he has to, and this could end. Yeah, he's going in. What tires does he put on the car, though? I don't know if he sees the rain is coming, or is he going to go out on the softs and let's see what he throws on the tire. He throws on softs. Okay, let's see if anybody else goes in. I think everybody else. Nope, there goes Ricardus. A whole bunch of people are pitting now for fuel. Oh yeah, everyone's going in. Venom stays out for one more. So does G-Bub, so they stay out for one more lap. Where is Flash? Oh, it's almost here. What does Flash put on? Oh, they're all putting on soft tires. Oh crap, they're all putting on soft tires. I don't think people are paying attention to the weather radar. They're going to come out, and it's raining. The rain has begun, and it is raining. It's already almost out of slick tire weather. So G-Bub and Venom are out on the track on racing slicks. The rain is falling. All these guys are coming out. Oh, look. Okay, flat. Oh, they did come out on wets. Okay. I was like, okay, let me just see who just came out. So the top 4 right now are still on slicks. Ooh, Kaizen came out on softs. I don't think he was expecting the rain yet. And Rip comes out on intermediates. Ricardus full wets. Flash full wets. And some of these guys got softs. Here's another set of full. Oh, this is going to be insane. G-Bub's barely holding it together. Look at Venom just hits the wall and gets damaged. The track is definitely intermediate rain already. It is coming down like buckets out there. Where's Flash's radar? Look at that. There's bands of just heavy stuff coming down. All right, so G-Bub. Oh! Let's go back and see what happened there. It looks like G-Bub G-Bub gets loose into the wall, and yeah, the track is too wet. Oh, they didn't time it right, guys. They didn't time it right. They're sitting there stuck. Oh my gosh, he can't get backwards. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they waited too long. They waited too long, and they're gonna lose all this stuff. All these guys that didn't come out on the slicks are everywhere on the track. And the wet tire runners are coming through now. They're going to catch up to these guys. It is a mess. No passing. Full caution. There are cars everywhere sliding around on the track. It is a... So, yeah. I don't even know if the intermediates are going to hold up long enough. There's a lot of cars. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead. Okay, so let's see. Where is everybody? G-Bub is just in the hairpin now. Got all these soft tire runners. Nope. G-Bub and Venom are the only soft tire runners. They've lost so much time. Oh, and they're sliding around everywhere. They can't keep the car going straight. Oh, G-Bub's going to be mad. Venom is going to try to go into the pits. Rips on intermediates, but I don't know if he wants... This is heavy wet weather tire. I would imagine all these guys would want to pit right now. Venom goes in, gives up first place. He lost so much time there. So Flash on the heavy wets might have an advantage now leading into this race. There is Rip and Ricardus. Where is our leader? Kaizan is just trying to get his car around the track. Oh, he missed that whole thing. So Rip getting passed by the intermediate tire drivers. So Ricardus is on the full wets. Flash is on the full wets. Rip is on the intermediates. So, oh, I don't know how long is this weather going to last. Oh, it's going to be here for a bit. So these guys have to figure it out. Oh, holding it together is Rip. Barely. Just barely. Dalton and Insane Smacka now up to 4th and 5th. The pitting early for the tires was a smart move. The rest of the drivers that are way back took too long. They waited too long to pit. Venom in 8th position. Kaizan in 9th. Kaizan is still on the soft tire and didn't pit. How is he going to drive around on... Why is he not pitting for wet tires? He is going to hydroplane and slide everywhere. I wonder if he never bought the tires for the car. Maybe he never bought wet weather tires. Oh, no. All right, we'll see how that goes for him. Everybody, actually, Tattooed Freak still trying to get through the last corner. There's so much water. Look at all the water. Look at all the water. Tattooed Freak trying to get back to the pits. Jay trying to get back to the pits. Oof. Who just went right through him? Ricardus. Ah. Jay just pulled right out in front of his teammate in the track, and now Ricardus has got to try to get the car turned around. He's got some damage, and now he's going to get past. This weather has just played a gigantic role in what's going on here today. Now, it sort of looks like it's about to clear up. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take to clear out all that water. But with all these guys on the same racing line and wet tires, if the rain stops it, we should get back to some dry racing. But look at this. This is for third. Insane Smacka and Dalton, they were nowhere near the front of this pack. They were back in like 12th and 13th, you know, just trying to get through things. And they timed it perfectly to come out on the wet tire. So, or on the, oh, and Powers has left the room. I guess he decided he was done with this race. Look at this drag race. I like that yellow car with the yellow lights. That looks nice. Flash still up front, leads by 1.3 seconds. Rip is still keeping it there with him. But look at this, Dalton and Smacka battling out the third place spot. Where's Ricardus? There he is, still in 5th. He was in 3rd, and spun when he went through his teammate coming out of the corner. Smashing Apex in 6th. These guys just have to get through it. Budsy in 7th. Yeah, all these guys have to figure it out. Venom up in 8th position, so these guys are still in really good points for, excuse me, compared to the rest of the drivers that they're fighting with in the pro class. Armanis up into 10th. Who's that? Is that Dipshy in front of him? Where's my camera? Hello, camera. There we go. Yep, so that battle for 10th, that 10th spot, that's where points are. And Armanis has got a good 5.5 second gap to G-Bub. So these guys are just trying to get through. Where's Flash? I want to see their radar. There he's up front. Okay, it actually looks like the cloudburst is getting ready to leave. There may not be much more rain falling over the next few minutes, so we might see this track dry up probably in the next 10 minutes or so. So we might have some dry weather racing towards the end of the race. It looks like somebody went into the pits. Did someone go in the pits? I'm sorry, I'm just flicking through. I thought I saw someone go off into the pits. All right, so Flash comes across, gets around. Is that Kaizan? Yeah, that is Kaizan. So Kaizan, who was leading this race by 16 seconds, is now in last place. Just about. He's been lapped by the leader because he's still on the soft tire. The track has eased up, although he just jumped onto a really wet patch. I do see that things look like they're drying up a little bit. I don't see a lot of rain falling, but I see that the dry line is not dry line, but the drier line is still there. So RIP, 1.2 seconds back, and then 14 seconds back is this little battle. It's kind of spaced out a little bit, but Smacka has gotten in front of Dalton. So Smacka now sitting in the podium places. There's still going to be another pit stop to go. I don't think these guys are going to, well, I mean, I think they can make it on the field perhaps, but I think the track might dry up enough that they're going to need to get onto a faster tire. We'll see how it goes. Ricardus, ooh, he's catching on these guys. He's starting to get a little closer. There they are. They're passing the 13th place Kaizan. He's just kind of moving out of the way. What a trooper Kaizan is. Like, I have a feeling he doesn't have wet tires and forgot to buy them for the car. But he's staying on the track. He's not rage quitting or DNFing. He's getting through the race. Guys, that is sportsmanship. Let's just, come on, look at this. He is having the hardest time keeping this car together. I honestly, I wouldn't even give him a disqualification if he left. If he didn't have the tires, he could almost leave the track so he's not so dangerous around the track. I mean, if you don't have the tires, you know, you don't have the tires. But I think he wants to keep his lap time so he can get to the other division, right? So, tough call. Battle for first. The rain is stopping. I can see clear skies on the radar, so it won't be long. All these wet weather tire drivers are going to be clearing off. It looks like the leader is catching up to, is that Tattooed Freak? Is that the Apex driver? Yeah, that is. So they're going to get through some of these corners and clear out some of this water. Ooh, yeah, the rain makes a huge difference. Man, these guys timed it so well. I was like, oh, they may have pit too long. Drew, I don't think he hit the wrong button. I think he hasn't gone back into the pits to get, I mean, he's losing way more time than he would if he got onto the rain tires. I think he probably just forgot to buy them for that car before the rain started and not even, or before the race started. Ugh. All right, so battle for first, alive and well here. Let's check in on these guys. Yeah, these guys are still duking it out back here. Ricardus not far behind. So, and you can see a dry line just starting to form in some of these parts of the racetrack. What's the weather look like on the map? Look, we have no more rain. Windshield wipers are off on the cars. So we're going to start to see who is going to jump in onto the slick tires first. Oh, is Rip going to go for it? Is Rip going for it? He's looking to it. Oh, that's going to keep Flash outside in the wet stuff. And that's going to make it harder for him to get going. And look at that. Rip, new race leader, people. Now the trick is, so what does Flash do? Does he stay out? I don't know. I'm looking at the grip meter, and it's still intermediate at least. So, but some parts of the track, well, clearly the tunnel, are dry as a bone, right? Insane Smacka has gotten a little bit further ahead. There is Dalton in 4th and Ricardus in 5th. And Budsy up into the 6th place. So Budsy making some moves up there. And in goes... Oh, we have some pit stoppers. They're going to get fuel and tires. Let's see. What do they came in on intermediates. I don't know what tires they're going to switch to. We'll have to check. Oh, looks like Ricardus comes out. And he just grabs a little bit more fuel and... Okay, he stays on the same tire. Interesting. Dalton comes out. Dalton comes out. There he is. And Saint Smackus comes out. He got some fuel, and he stayed on the wet tires. Dalton, the first Braveheart to come out now after the rain's completed on the soft tires. So let's see. Is it too wet for soft tires? I think it's a little too wet for soft tires. I mean, he's making them work. It's just at the first line of the grip level. So it is definitely... okay. All right. So let's see what the leaders do. Rip leading the charge. The sun is out. Bright and shiny out and hazy. The track will probably dry up a little bit better. They still have about 18 minutes left in this race. I'm wondering what's going to happen with these drivers and who's going to blink first. Look, there's definitely a dry line on the track. I don't know if it's all the way around the track, but it's definitely in enough of the places. Ricardus hits the wall a little bit. He's got some damage to the front and left front wheel, so he must have been going around a right-hand corner and miscalculated something. Oh, look at bright sunshine. Let's go inside the car and just look how bright the sun is in their faces when they come around some of these corners. It's like right there, the clouds have opened up. That cloud burst just came and went. And that is not for position. So Dalton is just going to be on the brakes a little sooner, and he's going to take that corner. He's going to get more grip. That dry line is there. It is time. There shouldn't be anybody on wet weather tires anymore. I'm going to say Rip is leading the race, but is he going to try to run these inters and Flash and Insane Smacka? The top 3, top 4 are all still on wet weather tires. And it looks like some of them are going to stay that way. Interesting. I think they're trying to see if they can bide their time and not do a pit stop. Dalton now is 42 seconds from the lead. He's not going to be close enough to catch the leaders unless they pit. But look, he's already just left smashing Apex by 6 seconds from the last time we saw him. So the racing slick tires are definitely advantageous now as the track is dried up. And look, he's on a purple sector now, so he's definitely setting some better times on those soft tires. Here's smashing Apex, not far behind his teammate, who happens to be right coming around that corner there. That's his teammate. So smashing Apex has gotten off let's see, is anybody else on the wet weather tires? Yes, there are some drivers on the wet weather tires. Let's see who else. Yeah. Jay Jay wrecked his car pretty bad. Oh, Jay has struggled with these corners. Oh, don't back up. Don't back up. Oh. He's in the... Oh, he's got to be angry right now. All right, let it rip. Into the tunnel is going to come across finishing lap 21 with 15 minutes to go. And he's up by 3.6 seconds. So let it rip, who started in 14th place, is now leading the race. Right behind him is Flash who started, where did Flash start? He started in third, and he's up into P2. So that's good for him, but these guys are still, they have a pretty decent gap, 15 seconds. And Smacka's also got a 15-second gap. So the leaders could actually pit and still be on the podium. I don't know how long the pit delta was. I didn't think to look at how long they were in the pit stops. I mean, just for tires, it's probably not long. I don't know if it's worth doing it. The top guys could pit out and come out around the same place these intermediate wet tires are, because it's wet tires first through fourth. So Smashing Apex, who's 50 seconds from the leader, is the first one on tires. And that 50 seconds is going to go down as the laps continue on and the track dries out. Ooh, boy. Let's see, is anybody battling it out? All these guys on the soft tires. Okay. So G-Bub is still on the wet tire for some reason. The track is, I think he wants to try to stay up there. Look at him, he's searching for water. He's getting through all the wet stuff just to try to keep his tires cooled down. I'm not 100% sure if they model that tire temperature through the water. I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, they get through. There's some car parked in the middle of a corner. It's always a scary sight. So G-Bub, that's a battle for 9th position. And Armanis and Dipshy battling it out for that 10th spot of the extra points. Yellow flag coming through the corner. Let's see, this is what they see coming through the corner. It was a yellow flag. I think the yellow flag going away. Yeah, this is where somebody was. Okay, so Rip, the first one at the top, goes for it. Flash is going to stay out. So Flash stays out on track. He's on the full wet tire. So I don't know how long this is going to last. Oh, Rip's already back out. Ooh, that pit delta was short. Okay, so Rip now 7 seconds back, about 12 and a half, 13 minutes to go. That might be enough time on the soft tire to catch Flash. I think he can catch him. And Saint Smacka comes out, and he finally pits to come out on the soft tire. Ricardus is going to be right there. There's Ricardus, got a huge run. And Ricardus is going to go flying by. Of course, Ricardus is also on wet weather tires still too. So these guys, a lot of these guys are jockeying just to try to get the better points. I think some of them don't think they're going to be able to win, but I think they feel like, well, I could stay up near the top. Let's see how that works. It's getting really sunny out in some parts of the track. I don't know what the temperature looks like, but you know, all these soft tire drivers like Smacka are trying to stay in the dry parts of the track. Ricardus gets a little bit more leeway in some of the corners where he can run through the water and have a little bit more grip. But this is for 3rd place, y'alls. See, Rip was what, 8 seconds? He's now 5 seconds. Look at that. He's going to gain nearly 3 seconds just in his outlap over Flash. Almost 4 seconds. So Flash needs to pit and get off those tires. Those full wets are way too slow. He needs to pit, and if he pits now, he can come out and probably come out in 3rd. He can come out ahead of these guys if he pits. I'm not race engineering for him. I'm just saying. I'm speaking facts. So he needs to. He's not going to do it. He's going to stay out there. He thinks he's going to go for 10 more minutes, 11 more minutes on those tires. Maybe. Where's he going to go? Nope, he doesn't go. And he's going to lose. He's going to lose the lead of this race here. This lap. Rip's going to catch him. Rip has got plenty of fuel and is full send on the soft tire. Ricardus now, what does he do? He's got a 30-second gap to the leader, but he's only got a few seconds, maybe 10 or 20 seconds from 3rd to 5th. I think he's thinking the intermediate tires can make it the rest of the race. We'll just do that. So we'll see. Smacka should be able to catch him through the next lap and get the podium. Woo! Boys and girls, this one's crazy. Where's Flash? I'm going to check the radar. No more rain coming. I don't see any more rain. It is cleared up. It is dry on the track, on the racing line, that is. There's a few little hints of driving through the water and just some of the little lowy dip parts of the track. But when you go really wide like that, you definitely want the intermediate tires. But the dry, I mean, look at this. He's closing up so fast. What does Rip do? Okay, let's see. Where's the leader? There's the leader. He's on lap 24. Jay is on lap 21 because he forgot to pit. Look, now Kaizan's back. He's on the soft tires, which is probably all that he has. So he's back to racing. So he's got the fastest lap. Now what he can do is focus on trying to get an even faster one to make sure he's not in this lobby again next week. Tattooed Freak, they are getting caught by the leaders. So he's just getting a blue flag to get around. Who is that behind him? It's not Kaizan. It's another... Is it Smashing Apex? Oh, it is. Okay, that's fourth place. Okay, Flash goes in. Coming off of the wet tires. Rip is your race leader now. Up front. Hoping he's got enough fuel and tires to get him through the rest of this race. The tires are brand spanking new, so it should be no problem. Flash goes in. His whole pit stop was short as can be, and he comes out way ahead. That is the fastest pit stop I've ever seen. So Flash comes out. He'll have P2, 12 seconds back. There goes Ricardus. That means Smashing Apex, who's coming down the start-finish line. He's on the soft tires. He's going to move up. So Mashing Spuds is going to get it maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, he will. That was a short pit stop. But Smashing Apex is going to come flying right past him because he's up to speed. Ricardus is not, and he's going to pass him here before the end of the straight. He's going to have a little bit of... Oh, actually, he might be close. Ricardus should have pit one lap sooner. It would have been the move, but now he's got Smashing Apex, who was running the last several laps on the soft tires and are all warmed up, and now he has to battle him. And so, ooh, this is getting spicy, people. Okay, so this podium spot is looking pretty good. Venom sitting in top 5. Insane Smacka 2.3 seconds back. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I know Venom won last week's race, and getting a top 5 finish is great points. Such good points. All right, so Rip, 15 seconds up the road from Flash. So that was about a 18-second pit stop. That was a short pit stop. That's a short pit window. And that was worth it to move it for Flash to get onto the podium and stay there. So he's got a huge gap, 28 seconds. He just has to get around the track. He's not going to catch Rip in, 7 minutes. So he just needs to keep his car together. Don't hit any of the wet patches. Ricardus has got 1.9 seconds over this guy. So these two, this final podium spot is going to be fun to watch. Venom, Smacka must have smacked something because he lost a bunch of time to Venom by 4 seconds worth. So, or Venom is just, no, he's not 4 seconds faster. All right, oh, this is looking good. So, Rip into turn 1 and turn 2. Already Flash just coming down to turn 1 now. And he is purple right now. Kaizana 158.8 is still the fastest lap of the race. Ricardus and Smashing Apex in 3rd and 4th. That battle for the podium spot is not over yet. Venom has got a good, solid 5th place. But look at this, Insane Smacka. Okay, never mind. That is lap traffic. I think that was, is that Kaizan? It is. Kaizan is passing him under a blue flag because Kaizan is just so much quicker. So we're going to watch this here into turn 1. Now, the rules would say that they're not battling for position, but Kaizan is definitely a faster driver. So he'll just make his way on through there. So, all right, let's check up here really quick. So there's still time for Smashing Apex to catch up to Ricardus, who's currently sitting in 3rd. See, he's very close. And then Venom is just coming through now in 5th. So, and he's got a 6-second gap to Smacka. So, still good points. And Dalton, who had a very unusual start to the race, now sits in the 7th spot with nobody either side of him for 12 seconds. So, very comfortable place to be. He started in very last place and is running in 7th. Venom started 3 spots in front of him and is now in 5th. And Rip started second to last and is now leading the race. So there's all kinds of stuff happening. Battle for 8th, Budsy and G-Bub. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on that one. I'm not sure why, but G-Bub is still on the intermediate tire. I think he just is trying to get to the end of the race without having to pit again. He doesn't want to lose any more spots. Actually, let me take a look. G-Bub is, where is he? Where is he? There, he's in 9th. 20 seconds. He could actually probably pit and come back out on the soft tire, and be okay. I think he can make it. I don't know. That long get up to speed, that's going to take some time. All right, definitely have a perfectly dry track for racing on. Thank goodness the sun is shining. It was just like a little monsoon that came flying through. Now what we're hoping for is all of the other lobby hosts reset their lobbies with the exact same settings that I had, and reset their lobbies at 10 minutes before green flag. We all did it at the same time. And the purpose for that was to try to get everybody the same weather conditions and the same, because we're setting them up by their fastest lap time, right? And if we're setting them up by their fastest lap time, then we want to make sure that everyone has an equal chance in each of the lobbies to have some dry time, right? So we'll see how it worked out for people. Some people sacrificed a lot by staying on those soft tires and not focusing. But we've only lost one driver through this whole ordeal. So look at this. Venom is caught up to Ricardus. He's only 2 seconds back, and there's still 2 minutes left in this race. I don't know if he's got enough to get there, but this is going to be the last lap for most of these drivers. Some of these somebody just went around. Who was that? Oh, let's go back and see what happened to Dipshy. Oh, he just caught the wall, and around he goes. He got into the wet stuff, and there's going to be cars coming, and he's got to hurry. There's cars coming. Oh, the replay's over. Sorry. Oh, man, so Dipshy falls back to 11th, and that's good news for G-Bub. G-Bub's not going to want to pit right now, but we have 1 minute, 34 seconds left. Here's the race leader who's right behind Dipshy. So Dipshy will probably just move over. There he goes. Lets him by. And Rip. Man, the S7R guys having a great race in round 2. I don't know what they're doing in the other rounds, but I'm excited to see how it turned out for them. Flash up into P2 with the bright sunshine everywhere, and he got it right. He probably should have pit a few laps earlier when Rip did, but he got it right. Sitting in P2 is not a bad place to be. And Smashing Apex has made his way all the way up into 3rd now. He's gotten around Ricardus. Actually, he was in 3rd. Ricardus is trying to catch him, I think, if I remember right. I don't remember. I can't remember which. I think, actually, Ricardus has been chasing the whole time. Venom, though, has lost some time because he's 5 seconds back, so he must have slowed his roll or hit a wall or something, but he was only 2 seconds away. So I think he's just fine with just staying in 5th position for now. Still a great finish, considering starting 2nd, 3rd to last. So I'm sure he's very happy about that. Smacka all alone on the board, but not on the track. That is not a position person there. That is one of the Mash Buds racers. Going to just go around him really quick. That might be Kaizan for all I know. Let's see. Is that Kaizan? Yeah, that was Kaizen. Dalton in 7th. G-Bub's back a ways in 8th. Got 8 seconds ahead of Budsy. All right, so we're going to have some people going through there. So Ricardus gets through in 4th place, right behind Smashing Apex. Venom gets 5th. Smacka now is headed down. He's got, I think that's Kaizen that's in front of him. Yeah, that's Kaizen. So Kaizen's going to come through and finish off the race. Smacka is going to come through and get the big top 6 finish. Way to go. Dalton will come through in 7th place. Way to go, Dalton. That's a great move. Good job, bud. G-Bub limps his way home in 8th on the wet tires the whole last half of the race just to get the position points. So he made it work. So G-Bub will come home in 8th position. And 9th is going to be Budsy coming home. Where's the leader? I think the leader's darn near in the final turn. So there is Budsy in 9th. 10th is, let's see, where's position 1? Position 1's already coming through. There is Armanis. He's going to come through in P10. Congratulations there, buddy. Dipshy's going to come home in P11. Here comes the race leader, though, right now to take the win of the race. Let It Rip gets the big W by 19 seconds flat. There's Dipshy right behind him. Congratulations, man. That was a great race. Good job, Rip. I can't wait to get these guys onto the comms to talk to them. P2's Flash will come through. Here we go, Flash. He comes through in P2. Congratulations. Good job on you, bud. So that's the race. So Rip takes the big win. Congratulations, Rip. Woo, boy. That was something else. Oh my gosh, peoples. That was pretty great. All right, let me do this. Let me grab these race results up here on the screen. Let me get my pictures of them, because it's a thing that we do. Let me grab those. So those are your final results. So Rip gets the big win, and he wins by 19.1 seconds. Flash in P2, and Smashing Apex comes home in 3rd place. Then you've got Ricardus, Venom, that get 4 and 5, and after that you got Smacka, Dalton, G-Bub, Budsy, Armanis, Dipshy, Tattoo, Kaizen, Jay, and Powers. Kaizen had the fastest lap of the race, didn't switch tires. I can only assume that he didn't switch tires because he had issues with with not having the actual tires. That's the only thing I can think of. I have no other reason to think of for him not doing that. But let me go find the I didn't have the browser pop up the whole time. Sorry about that, guys. Let me go find my interviews and get set up in there. So stand by a second. I'll be right back. All right, I've just invited them along. We'll see if we can get them to show up. I can see who's in some of the other lobbies. So in the in the party chat for lobby 1, so it's kind of ruined it for me. I guess I know a couple of the people that are sitting on the podium there. And we've got Flash that just arrived here. Flash, buddy.
How are you, mate?
Oh my gosh, dude, what a race that was!
Well,
whew.
oh, you're not wrong. I'm still sweating. Congratulations to Let It Rip.
Yeah, I'm hoping he can get. Oh, he can't join the Discord. That's a bummer. Okay, well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know what? I thought you were gonna have it, buddy. I really did, and I think you stayed out on those wet tires for like 3 laps too long.
Yeah, yeah. I knew. I thought, oh, I'll go one more, and then I went, oh, I'll go one more, and then I was like, I'll definitely go in the next one, and then I was like, oh no, I missed the pit lane. Oh, I didn't want to risk trying to go across, and I went,
Oh
oh
yeah,
well.
for sure.
And then I thought, well, I'll just happy with second again, you know.
Second is good. That's good points.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
good points for the team.
Yeah, that was a pretty great race. That rain though, that thing came down in buckets, and I got to tell you, it was crazy. Kaizen, who was leading the race, never pit for wet tires. He stayed on soft tires the whole time. I think maybe he forgot to buy them.
Yeah, well, I seen when I come around that final corner, like I knew they didn't pit, and then I come round, and then there was a bit of chaos left everywhere, and I'm like, oh, I just jammed on the brake. I'll go left, go right. Oh shit, where do I go? I don't know. But it was the same when we come round. I think it was on one of the same thing with the wet, whether it was raining. Was it Amanus? I think.
Yeah.
We come together. And I'm like, he lost it a little bit, I think, and then I lost it a little bit, and then we come together. And I'm like, oh no, so I'll see what happens. So
yeah, I saw that. I went and did a replay of it, trying to figure out what happened there, because like you didn't. I think what happened was you were coming out of the corner, he was coming out of the corner. He was only about 3/4 of a car length ahead of you, and I think he was getting on the gas and just caught himself a little out. Like it got a little wiggle, but you were right there, and I think it just came across your nose. And I was like, we'll have to look at that one later, right? Obviously, but well, that depends. I guess it depends on if he, I don't know. We'll figure that part out later.
But oh man, it was just chaos there at one stage. I just know that. I'm like, oh, and I thought it would have rained a little bit earlier, and then it didn't. And then when I looked at the radar, and I'm like, there's 3 bands there. There was the light green, and then the other one. I'm like, I'm just going on wet, bugger it. And then I realised I'm going, let it rip. He's catching me. Well, he's keeping with me, and then he was getting away, and then I realised he was on inters, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yep. And then when he came back around, I thought, nah, he's too quick for me. You know, those boys were running 59s, and then I was I think I got a low 2-minute 1 or something. So I was like, oh, just let him go by, and no point holding him up. So,
well, I'll tell you, I looked at the weather, and the only way I could tell that the weather was coming was, thankfully, you were the only driver that when the race started, you had the weather was the first thing that you had up in your dial. Like, if you're doing a replay and you're scrolling through, all you see is whatever the last option was that the driver had when they loaded into the lobby. You had weather up, thank goodness. So I was able to see it coming. I was like, oh, it's coming. And then when I saw the bands coming, I was like, everyone was running out of gas. You and everyone was running out of gas. I'm like, they're not going to be able to make another lap. And you guys pit and threw on the wets on the wet weather tires. I was like, huh.
Yeah, and I threw in a fair chunk of fuel as well. I was like, oh, I don't think I took quite a full tank, but I went close to it, and I was like, yeah, that should just get me by, like, especially after last week, like, I'm like, what was it? 1 minute, point 345.
I know. No, we're not going to talk about that. I mean, that sucked.
No dramas there at all, mate. I'm happy as, so, the better driver won on the day. That's the way I look at it, so.
Well, I got to tell you, and if you go back and watch the race, you'll see that there were so many people that didn't pit at the same time you guys did. And when they came out of the tunnel, it was raining. And it wasn't just raining. It was raining.
Well, and we did it. We did a practice race the other day, long story short, and it absolutely hammered down. And I didn't pit. And it took me 3 minutes to get around to do a lap. And I was telling the boys in the team, and they were all laughing at me. And I won't mention who it was, but he was in Dip 1 today. Well, he ended up doing the same. and he was laughing at me, and he did a 6-minute lap because he just couldn't get around. He spun her out.
Oh my
and then I
gosh.
lapped him.
That happened to like 5 or 6 drivers in this round.
Yeah.
You guys, I think what happened, honestly, in my opinion, I mean, I don't know. I can only just kind of guess, is that most of them weren't driving around with the weather on. And so they had no idea it was coming. And they just thought, well, you know, and I literally told everybody, I just released the weather. We're going to have a massive cloudburst. Make sure to check the settings in the lobby. And they would have seen that right about the middle of the race is torrential rain. That tells you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what I was nearly going to do, I was nearly going to say, when you did it, I was nearly going to quickly save the settings, jump straight out, go and have a look what you did, and then come back in. But I thought, no, I couldn't be bothered doing that. I'm too old to do that stuff. I'll just go out and race.
Well, you did good, man. Fun. So, congratulations, buddy. That was a good race.
Yeah, congratulations to everyone as well. You know, you guys as well for hosting. It's unreal. You know, what a great event. So, you know.
Well, it's not over yet.
No, that's what I mean. You know, a lot of the boys they're all watching. You know, in our team, and they're like, "Oh, Spion, we didn't come in," and we're like, "Well, next year, boys." You know. So.
Well, next
season, I should say.
There you go. And next week we're going to be at Deep Forest Reverse, right? So now, what do you think about that track? It's going to be the reverse one, so it's a little bit different. Turn one is an entirely different beast.
Yeah, I don't mind it. So we'll just have to get a bit of practice in and see what happens. I was surprised that I was in the Z4 this week. You know, I thought more people would have driven it, but you know, because it's so down the straight. You know, it just had so much more speed there. If you know what I mean, like but we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, cool. Well, congratulations, man. Good job.
Thanks.
I'll let you go and celebrate with your team. And and go watch the first round or the first lobby and see how that went for them. So
yeah. I was listening to a couple of
congratulations.
The boys, so cheers. Bye.
All right, folks. That was a load of fun. What? Thanks for. I'm glad he had that interview with us. But that was Flash. He came home in P2. It took a little work, but he got it done. So next week we will be at Deep Forest. So don't forget to be there for that. Also remember, if you are an iRacer, we got the Clio Cup. It's tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time. So you can still get in there. I think they're doing the date's wrong. It says July 23rd. That was last week. There was a week skip. So it's the Charlotte Roval this weekend in the Clio Cup. There is still time. Anyone can register to come do that. In fact, someone just registered today. So get your iRacing stuff out. Get it sorted out. And then next week, we'll have Gentleman's GP on Tuesday. And then we're going to have go-karts for Midweek Madness on Thursday. So we're going to be at Willow Springs Horse Thief Mile. And we're going to do 2 25-minute races. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys can come and do all of that. So I guess that's it, folks. Just want to say thanks for coming and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the racing. And remember, we're going to be back here at Deep Forest for round 4 coming up next weekend. So thanks for hanging out with me, folks, and have a good one. Talk to you later.